Welcome back, everyone. Today we are talking about upcoming releases. Now, I'm not exactly sure when this video is going to go up, but I know I will not be at home when it does because I am traveling. I'm traveling, yes. So I'm pre-recording this, so there's a really good likelihood that by the time this video goes up and I'm talking about all the new releases, that there'll be releases that I didn't talk about because that's just the way life goes. We're going to deal with it. So let's talk about all the good stuff coming for fall. Now, you do know that this time of year, everything starts to drop like even more so than the rest of the year. So like, it's not like you'll just have like one or two drops. It's like a drop a day. And Labor Day weekend, especially, you start to see quite a bit. Now, this won't just be beauty, obviously. All the fall fashions are coming, and I will touch on those, but this will be primarily beauty. Let's go back. So if you haven't watched one of these before, I basically follow a number of different content creators on Instagram, and I follow them and they tell me all the great stuff that's coming. And then I talk about it with you. There's so much, like there's literally so much. So I'm going to go through these things relatively quickly, but I am going to touch on the biggest one first. And that is Louis Vuitton. Now, I'm not going to pronounce it like that for the rest of the video because it will literally just, my mind will melt as I'm not good with languages. But Louis Vuitton has released their first beauty collection. It looks stunning. It looks to be brass and what's the other brass and something. It looks to be heavy. It looks to be extremely well done, and it looks to be extremely expensive. So I will have it. I did pick up one eyeshadow, one balm, and one lipstick, which cost me $600. But I will do a review. If it might have gone up before this even goes up. So there are 8 eyeshadows, there are 55 lipsticks, 10 balms, and there are a bunch of different accessories that are all, in my opinion, way overpriced for what they are. I am very interested in 2 Louis Vuitton bags that are coming up for cruise collection. I don't even know if they'll be made. I saw them go down a runway and I fell in love. If I'm able to get those, I will. But I will tell you right now that if they follow the path of the beauty collection and are priced at, you know, 10 grand, that ain't happening. So I will let you all know. Saint Laurent, the 2025 Christmas coffret, which is that 6-pan highlighters and blushes. There's also the eyeshadow palette. Now, the eyeshadow palette I do have, and in fact, I did a video with it for members. When it's actually released here, or even released overseas, technically like released, I will make that available to everyone. But that's part of the Christmas collection, the holiday, they're calling it Christmas holiday collection. And it's this really beautiful golden packaging, which I really like. There are 3 lipsticks, it looks like, you know, lip balms. There's also lip glosses that come with this and different versions of the Saint Laurent perfumes. So that might be something that you guys are interested in. I think the packaging is really pretty. The 6-pan, I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I'm going to pick that up. Givenchy has a holiday coffret as well. It looks very pretty. The packaging looks nice. There are loose powders in here. There are slim lipsticks. There's a 9-pan eyeshadow. You know, the 9-pan eyeshadows from them, generally, I have liked in the past, but, you know, I over time have focused more on certain brands like Hermes instead of Givenchy. When it comes to eyeshadow, let me know if you want me to pick that one up when it actually gets released. Holiday is usually October, so I can certainly do that. The Clé de Peau holiday has a deer and a jaguar. It looks like having tea. I mean, hey, you know, that's a positive thing. It has the eyeshadow palettes, which I will pick up because I always pick up eyeshadows from Clé de Peau now that they've changed their formula. Love their formulas. And highlighter, which I don't know if I'll pick up because honestly I have so many and they're not that different. They're all kind of similar. If you don't have one, yes, I strongly recommend them and think they're beautiful. But if you have like 10 of them, which I do, I don't really need another one. But, you know, I'll pick up the eyeshadow and show you that. There's a Givenchy Fall 2025, so we have a fall collection here. There are blush highlighters, and they look pretty. They look glowy. They do look nice. I don't know if I will be picking those up or not, but they look very nice. La Mer is coming out for fall winter with its first ever lip product. It is a La Mer tinted lip balm. That is probably something I will try. I love a good, very expensive, overpriced lip balm. Y'all know it. It's just true. A lot of advent calendars, but I'm not talking about the advent calendars yet. I'm sorry, it's just too soon. Gucci. Gucci has a glow skin tint, which is a 24-hour hydrating radiant skin perfector. You know, I might try that. I love those types of products, and lately there's been a lot that have been very good. And it says glowy, fresh, and Gucci. You know, I love glowy skin tints, so I feel like I should try that. Tom Ford has these new fabulous limited edition lipsticks. There's like 10 shades. So here's the update on that. So Rhiannon at Nordstrom has them, and my understanding is that Nordstrom has an exclusive on those products for like a month before they're released. There seems to be, and this is overseas, so I don't know if it's happening here in the United States as well, an issue with the lipsticks, with the formula. So if you're in the UK specifically, I think, there has been an issue with them, and they have been, if not recalled, pulled from shelves. So I don't know if that's happening here in the States as well. I will keep you all posted. You can purchase them from Rhiannon. She's aware of the entire situation and she will let you know. They do look pretty. They're very much like the Dior liquid blushes, that blurred effect for your lips. Dolce & Gabbana has Ever Icon palettes. There looks like, how many are there? 3? Looks like there's 3. 10-hour multi-finish, day to night eyeshadows. 93% agree there's no fallout. It's ultra pigmented. The colors look really pretty. These look really nice, actually. There says 3 shade eye palettes designed for creating every mood, from soft elegance to bold drama. I like the Dolce & Gabbana products, so, and I like the shape is kind of interesting. They also have a perfume that's going to come out in this shape, so I like that. Miu Miu has a fall winter fragrance drop. They have a rose lychee musk, which I think I want to try because I love the 1111 lychee, so that might be one I want to try. And then Miu Teen, M-I-U, Miu Teen strawberry vanilla. That one is wild strawberries, creamy vanilla, and hints of brown sugar with gardenia and amber. I feel like I have to at least try those, guys. Okay, so I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Hung Vango. It has a brand new line. He's a makeup artist. He is incredibly talented if you've seen his work before. And he has created a number of different products. I believe these will be at Sephora, if they're not at Sephora already. It's not that I'm not interested in trying new brands, because that's one of the things I promised in my New Year's resolution that I would. But I do want to hear from all of you if that's something you want me to try. So let me know. Again, more advent calendars, not getting to that yet. Just too soon. Valentino has a bunch of different eyeliner pencils in blue shades. You know I'm gonna buy these. There's Magnet Blue, Silver Spark, Deep Blue, and Baby Blue. I'll probably buy all of them. I like blues, guys. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I like blues. So the holiday collection from Dior Holiday, it looks pretty. It has like white pin cushion, not pin cushion. What am I looking for? What? Come on, brain, work. You know, like pin tuck. Pin tuck? Okay, I can't remember the word. But the point is, there's a picture that will go up. Thank you, Glow Scope, for pictures. I think it looks very pretty, but it looks very reminiscent of sets that I have before that I've never used and possibly will be selling in my pre-loved makeup auction video, whatever I'm doing. I haven't figured that out yet. Tom Ford Holiday, again, looks very pretty. It says that the collection essentially expresses the warmth of the sun against a snowy backdrop. It looks nice. It does. There are lipsticks, Peak Glamour, Rose de Verre, and Fireside. I might get the lipsticks because the shades look very me. They look very me. The eyeshadow quad is Chalet Mink, so it looks very similar to the other eyeshadows that they've done before for the holidays, and I just don't need it. KLE has a new perfume that has, I believe, chocolate in it. It's called Oudgasm Milky Musk Oud. Don't know much more about it than that. Jo Malone has a scent, Sandalwood and Spiced Apricot. That might be one I try. Dior will also have more maximizers in different shades. There is one shade that I actually am interested in, but the rest of them look very, very light. The new shade is 112. Yeah, 112. It's a deep mauve with a glossy finish. That one I might actually get. The rest, they look, and they're all very pretty. I love the maximizers, but I have like, I don't even know how many I have, 25? I have a lot. Juliet Has a Gun has a new fragrance, which I am interested in. And Juliet Has a Gun is not really one of my brands, but here's why. The top notes are soft Madeleine, like the cookie, juicy orange, then the heart notes are creamy vanilla and toasted tonka, and the base notes are golden honey and woody notes. So that is a definite gourmand, and it supposedly evokes the sweetness of a Parisian patisserie. So I think I have to try that because that sounds like me. It sounds very much like me. We've already seen the Bouton. There's more coming from Chanel. I have talked about it. Not going to talk about it here. Not going to post about it either, but when it comes up, I'll let you all know. The Hourglass launch will be while I'm gone. And I will do my best to post about it, but to be honest with you, I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of Wi-Fi where I'm gonna be. So this is gonna be on the Sephora app for one day only, September 5th, and the full collection drops on the 6th on hourglass.com. And I have to say, it does look interesting. Like it does look really pretty. I really like the design work here. I think they've done a beautiful job. The horse, something about the horse, I don't know. Anyway, I really do like these, but again, remember, if you have these, they're not that different. Like each one is not that different. Now there's some that are more different than others. Hourglass obviously came out with the ability to like make your own. I have the Barney's New York one, for example, that came out like last year. I have that because I'm a huge Barney's New York person and I miss it. Like, so I'm not dissuading you from buying Hourglass, and the powders are amazing. Their blushes are great. They're translucent. They're ambient. All excellent powder. I just don't love like the 6-pan things because I don't like to mix too much. But if you do, you know, that's totally legitimate, and I know a lot of people who do. So I definitely think that's something that you should take a look at. Like I said, it will be coming while I'm traveling. I will do my best to post, but I just don't know. I also want to mention there's a lot of fashion coming. Loewe has done a really cool fall winter collection that I'm very interested in, clothing wise and bag wise. So check Loewe out. If there's links I can put down, I'll put down below. Prada also, because I went to the Prada show out in LA in May. So the fall winter collection is going to be awesome, really good. And so there's going to be pieces that personally, I think there'll be pieces that you guys will really like. Miu Miu has some great stuff coming up. Shoes, bags, just really cool things. Bottega has some really cute stuff that I've already like I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can save up enough money for all this. And then Coach. I have talked about Coach a lot. I think Coach is one of the best brands out there right now for reasonably priced luxury, achievable luxury. The bags are coming out very, very soon if they're not up already by the time this video goes out. And there'll be new sizes in older colors. There'll be there'll be new colors like the green. There'll be suede, and there's more coming in October and November, and then, so just hang on to your hats because there really is a lot out there. And when you're shopping, just again, make sure it's not just FOMO because there's so much more coming in October especially, and then November. Don't buy it just because you feel like you'll miss out, because there's so much more coming that there might be other things that actually speak to you more. So unless it's like love at first sight, or you just have the funds to be able to get whatever you want, which awesome. Tell me how you did it. I need to do the same. Just keep an eye on all the things that are coming. And there's a lot that's already come out that I think is fantastic. I think the brands have stepped up a little bit this season. And so far, I'm not disappointed with anything that I've purchased. Now, I've only purchased a few fall collections. There's a lot more to come, and of course, holidays. So, but if there's anything I missed, and I'm sure there is, let me know. And, I'll be happy to talk about it. But I'm going to bet the minute I leave for the trip, all these things will come out because it is Labor Day weekend. And this is obviously being pre-recorded before that. So there's only so much I can do. And I will try to post on Instagram or, YouTube about these things, but I might not have internet. Literally, I would say 70% of the time that I'm going to be gone, I will not have internet. I'll have access to it, but I won't have it like on a normal basis. So it will be very hard for me to post. This is going to be interesting. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video very soon. Bye.